bahala siyang pukpukin yung mga tao niya sa baba. Ang sinasabi ko, hindi naman talaga maibigay ni Attorney kung how long because it depends daw on the people, on the agencies down below sa COA. Kaya kung ako, pag inamend natin yung COA, dapat malinaw. Pag fraud audit, dapat within 30 days ba yan, 60 days ba yan? Dapat may aksyon na yung COA.
No, considering na habang tumatagal yung findings dito, mukhang nakakawalaan yung true essence na pinapaimbestiga natin, nagkakaremedyohan. Kaya hindi natin pwedeng tanggapin na kung ano yung ano niya, yung convenient sa kanila. Kung 1 year, 2 years na walang mangyari, hindi pa pwede yun. Kailangan lagyan natin ng very specific time, no? Just to shield na itong mga kalabagan na ito ay talagang may re-report at mananagot kung sino man ang may kasalanan. Sa isang flag racing sabi niya wala akong kinakalat dito. Sabi niya, Mr. Chair, kayo ang nagpapakalat nito. Wala akong binil sa kayong may mawak ng pera nagpakalat. So nagugas kamay na siya dito. So sino yung kayo ang sinasabi niya? Chronology, Mr. Chair. Nung nag-file ako ng House Resolution, actually sa plenary magkatabi tayo noon, Mr. Chair. And of course, nilapitan pa ako nito ni Assistant Commissioner. I gave him personally a copy ng House Resolution and he promised me to act on it. Unfortunately, wala man lang courtesy, Mr. Chair. Nasagutin ako dun sa request ko. And on that light, what triggered this House Resolution is it seems my question sa COA noon falls on deaf ear kasi massive yung nakita naming violation, no, na distribution last election na walang appropriation, considering that I've been always talking to the Vice Governor at sinasabi niya na walang appropriation ito, Mr. Chair. Napaka-basic. Kung walang appropriation, what is there? No? Anong ipagpapatupad mo kung walang appropriation? And again, it was admitted by Bombo na yung mga kontrata nila is not an advertisement, Mr. Chair. Again, on that note, no, ang nakalagay na sinasabi nila, do hindi ito approved by the Sangguniang, nang pinagkuhanan ng payment nito, Mr. Chair, is advertisement. So tanong ko ulit na naman, no, sa COA. Kasi considering the magnitude at hindi mo na nga, sa tingin ko, hindi mo nga kaya dahil ito inamin mo na nung October, no, nag-file ako na hindi mo nga kaya That's the reason na kailangan natin ng fraud audit, no? Kasi sa tingin ko, ito, Mr. Chair, no, mirroring what happened doon sa ibang cases natin sa public accounts, no? Nagkaroon na ng regular audit doon sa Mexico, Pampanga. And again, one of our colleagues moved for a fraud audit and it was acted upon. It's a very totally different thing dito, Mr. Chair. Anong pagkakaiba nun? And mas massive itong ginawa sa Cagayan kaysa doon.
Lara, that's why nung tinanong ko si attorney, yung in charge, yung personnel sa fraud audit, is there any provision in your RIR that will stop you from conducting a fraud audit while a regular audit is ongoing? Sabi mo kanina wala. Ngayon, sabi ko nga, Assistant Commissioner, do you want to say something about it?
Your Honor, meron kasi kaming proseso before we conduct fraud audit. We don't just conduct based on a request. In-evaluate po namin yan.
Now, Assistant, sorry to cut you. Tabi na natin yung request. Ito ngayon, committee hearing sa committee ko. I will direct you to conduct a fraud audit because according to attorney, there is no such provision in your charter, in your MC, in your IRR that will stop you from conducting a fraud audit while a regular audit is ongoing. Anong gusto mo? You defy the directive or you will comply?
We will inform po the Commission proper about it, Your Honor.
Okay, please inform them. And I want you to submit the reply of the commission proper. When?
As soon as we get a...
Walang as soon as we get dito.
I
Ikaw-
will bring it to the chairman of the to the attention of the chairman.
Alam mo kasi
when-
nandyan ka, alam mo kung kailan yan pwedeng aksyonan.
I will bring it to his attention, Your Honor, immediately.
Para hindi ko na siya tawagan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh.
We will do that.
Again, to the chair, I direct you to conduct a fraud audit in regards to that particular issue and matter at hand. Though there is an ongoing regular audit on that matter. Okay?
Para matapos na rin ako, Mr. Chair, para sa Bombo lang. Admitted naman na yung last hearing na tuloy-tuloy na nag-program ang provincial government. Nandun si Governor Mamba. Submitted na ba yung mga certifications na hinihingi natin doon, Mr. Chair? Considering ito, nag-comment ang COMELEC na if there is a violation kasi nag-exit siya doon sa 60 minutes allowable time. Ang susunod na tanong ko na dito, Mr. Chair, ano nang gagawin ng COMELEC? Kasi sila daw, sabi nila, they will file the proper charges, no, sa paglabas. If I remember it right, Mr. Chair, no, doon sa gusto ko lang malaman, ma-confirm lang sa COMELEC, Mr. Chair.
Comelec. Director Olano is recognized.
Yes, Your Honor. Because there is a violation of the minutes allowable for the appearance during the campaign, it is a sort of an election offense which should be investigated by our law department, Your Honors.
Kailan ito, Mr. Chair? Kailan kaya nila gagawin ito? Kasi baka mag-election na tayo sa 2025, baka wala mangyari dito. Anong commitment mo dito sa atin?
Yes, Your Honor. We will immediately refer that to the law department, Your Honor, for proper actions.
Can you notify the committee? And of course, I will be given a CC for this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Chair, nung last hearing, kinonfirm ng COMELEC na walang exemption si Mr. Mamba sa lahat nitong 45 days. Okay, very clear. Admitted ba, COMELEC?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, on that note, etong mga disbursement niya, payment sa bombo, ibig pa sabihin, hindi din ito legal na nagagastos tayo dahil wala naman itong exemption, right? Tama ba ako doon?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, we only know that during this hearing because in his SOSE, it was not reported that he spent for political campaign or media campaign during the elections.
So ano mangyayari doon? Sino magpa-file? Tapos na eleksyon.
It would be the part of the COMELEC, Your Honors.
Kailan? Yan ang naman ang tanong ko, no?
We
Pwede
will
pa
immediately
mamaya
refer
na lang pag ano natin? No? And of course, Mr. Chair, eto na naman, I will bring it to the attention of COA. Very clear. Ito, ang tanong ko sa iyo, Auditor Reyes, na-flag down mo ba ito? Kasi ikaw ang nagdedepensa kay Mamba na meron siyang exemption nung 45 days. O ano ngayon na masabi mo dito? Na-i-reflect mo ba yan sa findings mo?
Your Honor, I just mentioned that there was a certificate of exception, Your Honor. I did not say that it is effective during the election ban, Your Honor. We just stated that we got a copy of the certificate of exception.
Kaya nga, ang tinatanong ko sa iyo ngayon na meron, sinasabi mo meron, o ngayon, ano stand mo? Meron o wala?
Ay, wala, Your Honor. That was our
Okay,
basis
kung
for
wala,
the
kung wala sang exemption, anong gagawin mo dito sa itong mga transaksyon nga ng provincial government? Ni-reflect mo ba dito sa evaluation report mo?
Yes, Your Honor. We reflected
Reflected?
that. Yes, Your Honor. That was one of our main bases, Your Honor, of disallowing, and even in the sworn statement, Your Honor, we mentioned that.
So very clear yan COMELEC, baka COA, no, baka mamaya sa susunod makalimutan mo, no? Naka-on record ka lahat dito sa lahat ng mga sinasabi mo. Again, I reiterate sa COA. In all our questions here, iisa lang tinanong na natin kay Vice Governor Boy. Walang approved na appropriation o ordinance ito. So what is the basis ngayon ng COA sa lahat ng transaction ng provincial government? Anong naging basis mo?
Your Honor, in our disallowance, you mentioned about the budget appropriation, Your Honor, na wala for some programs that were
So
dispersed.
ibig pang sabihin lahat ng mga bayad ng Bombo Radio disallowed lahat, 50 plus million.
Your Honor, for 2022, I think the payment
Kasi
is...
ito Mr. Chair, ang liwanag Mr. Chair, sinabi ni Vice kanina, no approved appropriation whatsoever. Sinabi nung granting, no? Kunin natin yung sinasabi nitong budget na ang nakalagay doon advertisement. Inamin na ng Bombo na hindi naman advertisement but this is a black time. At ito napanood natin sinasabi ni Mamba, he's using the airwaves, using public funds, no? Para tirahin niya ang mga kalaban niya. Okay? So ito na, balikan kita, COA. Ano ang gagawin natin dito considering na nailatag na natin? The cat is out of the box. Ano ngayon ang pagtatanggol mo dito?
Your Honor, sabi ko po kanina, inihintay po namin yung sagot. And if I think the chair directed the...
Hindi nga, maliwanag na wala. Ngayon, 54 million nga all in. O ngayon, 1 year. Magkano yung 1 year? Mag-settle tayo 1 year. Ibig bang sabihin yung 1 year na binayaran niya ng 2022, disallowed lahat? Para hindi na tayo hahaba pa.
Merong madi-disallow, Your Honor.
Magkano ang disallow mo?
Your Honor,
Napalusot
just-
yung iba. So anong
No,
basis?
no, Your Honor, merong madi-disallow, Your Honor, but I am just waiting for the reply. And if
Kailan na naman yun, Mr. Chair?
Your Honor,
The reply of what? Of whom?
the reply of management, I think the chair gave them 30 days. I think directed them to, if I hear the chair right, the chair directed them to answer and submit the documents that we requested in our finding, in our AOM, Your Honor. I think the chair directed them. And after that, Your Honor, we will issue the corresponding final audit auction, Your Honor.
So Mr. Chair, considering yung mga statement ng COA ngayon, Auditor Reyes, again, ulitin ko, been admitted many times already, no, na nagpamigay, nagpakalat ng pera si Mamba during the preventive 45 days. Right or wrong ako dito sa narinig na namin sa'yo?
Yes, Your Honor, may mga violation po.
Okay. So kung meron yan, again, I reserve my questioning sa COMELEC, sa ano natin after itong bombo, Mr. Chair, no? Siguro narinig naman ng COMELEC na ito and it was already admitted. So, Mr. Chair, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kung Lara. Before I will recognize some members to ask questions. For the COMELEC, we will give you a copy of the notice of disallowances that was the result of the findings of COA, and yung question nung violation of the section 261B2 of the Omnibus Election Code, yung question of release, disbursement, and expenditure of public funds, etc., nandito po. So we'll furnish COMELEC the proper documents with regards to this, because the House Resolution 145 and 146 involves the Commission on Elections decision with regards to pending case that was filed during the 2022 national elections. Now, COA, please submit also to the committee yung letter niyo of endorsement sa Ombudsman. Yung nandito ngayon is only because you, as you have said, you just submitted it yesterday. So please comply to submit it. Kayang today?
Yung submitted sworn statement, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Yes, we will submit today, Your Honor.
Please submit it today.
Yes, Your Honor, we will
Just for the
comply.
record.
Yes, Your
And please submit it so that the committee will also send and give it to COMELEC.
we will comply, Your Honor. We will
Thank
submit
you.
it today, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. Yes. Yes,
Mr. Chair,
Gopcom. Vera, please proceed.
paiba naman ito, taking into account sa mga nangyayari ngayon in both Cagayan Province and Mexico, Pampanga. May tanong ako sa COA, yung system of audit natin na post-audit, relevant pa ba? Dahil na-audit ng COA after the transaction has been made, di ba? Kaya na-discover natin to. Is it still relevant yung post-audit o mas maganda balik tayo doon sa pre-audit? Anong tingin
COA,
niyo?
please reply. Your opinion on that matter.
Your Honor, PD 1445 states that fiscal responsibility rests with the management. So, since we are not part of management, then kung ano man yung transaction nila at their level, sila nang magde-decide nun. That's why we...
I'm not, Assistant Commissioner, you're not answering the question. What
No.
the good, patapusin mo ako. What the good congressman is asking your opinion with regards to pre-audit and post-audit as a COA.
Yes, I asked that question, Mr. Chairman, because na-discoveryhan natin ito, tapos na yung transaction. Kaya nagtanong ako, alin ang maganda, post-audit ba o balik tayo sa pre-audit?
Mas maganda pa rin po sa amin ang post-audit, Your Honor.
Bakit po?
Until kasi nasa constitution na fiscal responsibility is this sole responsibility of management.
Yeah, correct. That's a conditional
There
provision.
is
But, Assistant Commissioner, are you a lawyer?
no, Your Honor.
Ayun pala eh. What we're saying is the pre-audit is not a constitutional provision. Or the post-audit, that is only within the COA charter.
Mr. Chair,
And remember, the COA charter emanates from the House of Representatives. And we're now getting your opinion with regard to that because we want to amend your charter and all other issuances from the COA.
In my
Not mention about the Constitution. Because wala yun. Yung fiscal management, etc. Yung pre-audit at saka post-audit, hindi kasama yan doon. Attorney, go. please
yeah,
proceed.
Mr. Chair, I'm asking that question kasi at the end of the day, we will introduce legislations to correct the situation. Kaya nangihingi ako ng opinion dito. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Attorney, you want to say something about the query of Congressman Covera? Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I shared in my humble view, I shared the opinion of the good Assistant Commissioner that post-audit still relevant today, in line one with the fiscal responsibility of the management. And second, if we have pre-audit, the COA will be an add-on to the process on the process of transactions of agencies. That is my humble view.
We understand your position. I think what the governor, Congressman Corbera, is actually trying to elicit from COA is that we have also experiences where it's too late, no? Meaning money is already gone, the act is already done, and it's very difficult to undo the things that have already been done. And that's why he's asking your opinion. In these cases, would it be better for a pre-audit or a post-audit? I think that's the entire thing that he wanted to ask, because he wants to find out whether we should amend certain laws to correct or to stop things from happening again, because it has been happening not only in Cagayan but also in Mexico, Pampanga, and other areas. And that's what we're trying to find out now as a result of the resolution of Congressman Jojo Lara. So can we have your opinion on that matter? Meaning, I'll ask you na lang directly, Assistant Commissioner Ray. If a pre-audit was done, supposedly, would the act complained of have taken place or not?
That depends on the appreciation of the auditor who conducts the pre-audit, Your Honor.
Okay.
It may have been prevented
It
or
may
it may have been allowed.
right? It may have been.
We cannot control that process at the
Yes.
level of the auditor.
Yes, but there would have been some form of checks before.
Yes, I agree, Your
Yes.
Honor.
Okay. Now that's,
It's-
that is the point that I think
Yeah.
Congressman Corbera is trying to point out.
Yeah.
No? Yun ang gusto niya malaman sa inyo na para mapigilan natin itong mga instances na ganito, baka may tinker with the thought lang ba na pre-audit might have prevented this from happening and would prevent it from further happening again in our institutions. No? Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Anyway, yung question of financial management kasi is a different matter eh. Yun yung sinasabi ko. Yung pre-audit at saka post. Ngayon, pero I also understand, based on the experience with the pre-audit, may problema din tayo dyan. Madidelay at saka pinagkikitaan din. At saka sinong kumikita, alam na natin yan kung sinong kumikita dyan. Di ba? Alam natin yan. But of course, siguro, pag nilagyan natin ng mga parameters, example, ang pre-audit should be only at a maximum of 30 days. Pag nag-lapse without any action, deem approve. Diba? May time frame. Para at least kung ako yung si magbibid o yung LGU, at least hindi ako pagkakitaan ng ibang agency dyan o ibang tao. Diba? Because after 30 days, diretso na ako. Yun yung sinasabi namin. Na based on the experience now, not only in Cagayan, not only in Mexico, Pampanga, and it is even happening all over the country. Well, in fact, my LGU in Bacolod City has also a lot of notice of disallowances. Kaya nga sabi ko sa mayor ko ngayon doon, ayusin nyo. Pati yung mga IUM ng COA. Kasi though it was the fault of the previous administration, but still, you're not the leader, you're not the elected public official of the city. You have to do your homework and you have to do your responsibility. Pero marami po. May mga notice of disallowances, yung iba patay na, yung iba nag-retire na. Nakuha pang retirement. O, kaninong problema yun? Problema yun ng COA. Kaya, nandito tayo, hindi siring, Mexico, Pampanga, Cagayan, as our basis for our future legislative action with regards to audit system natin. That was also the statement of the President during the SONA. Diba? Narinig naman siguro ng lahat yun. Kaya, ayun. Enek, you're recognized.
Mr. Chair, ano ko lang, katulad nitong nangyayari ngayon, depende sa appreciation nangyayari. Depende sa appreciation na ng auditor itong mga pangyayari. Katulad nito, yung ini-interpret na lang pala nila. Of course, we'll just rest our case dito sa auditor natin. No? Katulad ni Auditor Reyes at binakapan ni Assistant Commissioner na sabi niya kung yun ang appreciation ng auditor, yun na yun. Hindi ba pwede magkamali ang auditor pagdating sa ganito, appreciation?
Your Honor, meron po kaming process of appeal. So, if parties are not do not agree to the decision of the auditor, they may file an appeal. So, yun po ang proseso namin.
Katulad ngayon, Mr. Chair, etong sinasabi niya, am I a party dun sa appeal in case? Kasi sabi mo, you can appeal. Am I a party? No, considering hindi lahat mangyayari ito kung hindi ako nag-file ng House Resolution for a conduct of fraud audit na binawala mo, no, na ni-refer nyo for a regular audit. Hindi naman lalabas lahat ito eh. Kung hindi ko naman nilabas ito, unfortunately, no. Alam namin for a fact niyan. Kung hindi ka sasang-ayon sa akin, problema mo na 'yon, no? In like manner, ito yung problema ko sa iyo na sinasabi mo, kung hindi ako sasang-ayon ngayon diyan sa report ninyo, tinatanong ko, ano ang pwede kong gawin? No? Kasi ang next na motion ko dito, Mr. Chair, if I may, i-move ko din, napalitan muna ito si Auditor Reyes sa pag-conduct na niyang kung di pa siya tapos baka mahokus-pokus pa yan para mawala lang lahat ng mga pagdududa, no? It can shield you, of course, no? Para lang maano ka na rin diyan. Pasok natin ng ibang auditor, no? Sinuggest mo naman yan sa akin, Assistant Commissioner, right? Nung nag-usap tayo. And sabi ko sa iyo, wag muna, bigyan natin tsansa, di ba? O ngayon, suggestion ito ni sasang-ayon ako sa iyo ngayon. Kung pwede, Mr. Chair.
Just to make it clear and in the right process, we cannot of course direct or dictate the COA. We can just request Kong Lara, and if that is your request, to request the COA to replace Auditor Reyes.
Yes, Mr. Chair. But Assistant Commissioner also mentioned that to me.
So do you confirm that, Assistant Commissioner, that you mentioned about the possible replacement of Auditor Reyes?
Yes, Your Honor. We have a regular reshuffling policy.
Okay, so, okay. Now, so, COMSEC is directed to inform the COA that the committee is requesting for the replacement of Auditor Reyes.
Noted, Mr. Chair.
Now, yung appeal, Assistant Commissioner, yes, Attorney, you want to speak?
With the kind permission of Your Honors, with respect to the appeal and the processes of the COA, just to answer the question of the good congressman, the Fraud Audit Office is an office created within COA, specifically mandated to act on requests for fraud audit. So there is when you ask if you could be a party, yes, you are. That's why we acted on your request, and our recommendation was submitted to the CP for their final disposition under the existing rules, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I would just like to correct the statement that he acted on my request. My request is for a fraud audit. Unfortunately, not a single letter was given to me, inform me on the status of my House resolution. Okay?
Attorney, as I mentioned a while ago with regards to the request of Kong Lara, actually, that was September pa last year. And the time, yung yung regular audit is not yet commenced. Diba? Ngayon, you're using that as an excuse why you never conducted a fraud audit because ongoing ang regular na audit. Eh, ang sinasabi ko, not you, but the people down below. Eh, wala lang dito ngayon yung dati, di ba, yung in charge sa region ba yun? O ayun, si ma'am, si Miss Kamarao ba yun? Kamaham. Anyway, it was already established during the last hearing. And I will not belabor on that. With the indulgence of Kong Lara, established na yan na they never take action on your request. Tapos, ito ngayon may hearing, no? Yung, of course, you'll defend you is ongoing ang regular audit. Tama, Reyes, di ba? O kasi ikaw, yung recommendation was October 2022. Di ba? Tama? O yun.
May I respond? Mr.
Yes.
Chair? Following the statement of the Assistant Commissioner and on your discussion, when we acted, we means that under the procedures of the COA on request for special audit, this has first to be evaluated by the audit team, reviewed by the regional office, then an independent evaluation by the fraud audit office, then we make a final recommendation to the CP for final disposition. And as I agree with that, it's just that the disposition of the CP is not to conduct fraud audit. Just we recommended the audit team to conduct further procedures and issue notices of disallowance and sworn statements, because eventually at the end of the day, when we conduct special audit or regular audit, we have the same output, the issuance of ND and the sworn statement. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yun, kung na-consummate na yung regular audit nyo, yun yung sinasabi ko. Pero kung walang finality, ikaw na mismo nagsabi, attorney, na nothing stop you to conduct a fraud audit, di ba? Tama?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, ang sinasabi ko lang na premise is, Kung Lara requested for that, your agency or your fraud audit team or group or division, whatever you call it, never get back to Kung Lara. Diba? Hindi, kaya nag-file siya ng resolution. Now, ako, moving forward, dapat, ayusin niya now. Again, to remind you, I have directed already the COA to conduct a fraud audit. Ikaw na mismo attorney nagsabi. Diba? Na wala namang impediment, legal impediment with regards to that, with regards to IRR. Wala. So, gano'n na. You inform your principal that the committee directs you for a fraud audit. Okay, now, question of the decision of the, diretso mo na yun, idiretso mo na, attorney. Huwag na tayong dumaan doon kasi may initial na findings, di ba? Diretso mo na doon sa commission proper to your principal about the directive.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. Kung Lara, are we clear on that?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Ang sa akin lang, kung sakali may mga ganito, future, at may mga colleagues tayo, kasi hindi naman tayo magpa-file ng House resolution, no, na mga to conduct fraud audit. Now, without basis. Ngayon nga, sabi ko, after 4 or 5 hearings that we had, hindi ba ito katanggap-tanggap na for a fraud audit? Ito mga nangyari?
Kung Lara, actually, kaya nga kailangan talaga natin ng hearing na to, at saka yung Mexican Pampanga at all others, no? May pending pa nga ako sunod Muslim, yung NCMF. Now, ang sinasabi ko lang, kasi for example, yung sinasabi niyong process, how long will it take? Yung sinasabi niyo hanggang sa commission proper para to decide kung kailangan mag-fraud audit o hindi. How long?
COA Memo number 2020-014 specifically provides that in each stage of the process, may allowable po na dates na dapat gawin. But at to the exact time or days on the final disposition of the commission proper, it will really depend on the action at each stage of the process.
Oh,
po,
yun
Your
yung
Honor.
problema. Kasi kung ako, yun yung ayusin natin sa MC nyo. No? Sa MC nyo. Kasi kung ako, I have to give a specific period of time for the commission proper to decide. Bahala siyang pukpukin yung mga tao niya sa baba. And for example, mag-file si Kong Lara doon sa baba, dapat, siguro ang gawin natin doon sa, you file it below, padala mo rin ng letter yung ano. If in the future, padala ng letter ng commission proper, para at least magsasalubong din, we will just give them. But of course, what I'm saying is the process is too long, walang specific na, no? That is why, in future, legislative action of this committee, for the House of Representatives, dapat malinaw yon. Kasi, parang pre-audit din yun. Kung ibalik natin yung pre-audit, kung indefinite, tad sarado yung ano. Diba? Now, kaya ang sinasabi ko, hindi naman talaga maibigay ni attorney kung how long because it depends daw on the people, on the agencies down below sa COA. Kaya kung ako, pag inamend natin yung COA, dapat malinaw. Pag fraud audit, dapat within 30 days ba yan, 60 days ba yan? Dapat may aksyon na yung COA. It's either to initiate or to deny the request. Para at least malinaw.
In like manner, Mr. Chair, if I may add sa amendment, no, considering na habang tumatagal yung findings dito, mukhang nakakawalaan yung true essence na pinapaimbestiga natin, nagkakaremedyohan. Kaya hindi natin pwedeng tanggapin na kung ano yung ano niya, yung convenience sa kanila. Kung 1 year, 2 years na walang mangyari, hindi pa pwede yun. Kailangan lagyan natin ng very specific time, no? Just to shield na itong mga kalabagan na ito ay talagang may re-report at mananagot kung sino man ang may kasalanan. So hindi naman pwede na pagtakpan mo ito, auditor, no? Kasi siguro naririnig mo naman ang comment ng ating mga kababayan sa iyo. Ulitin ko lang, hindi galing sa akin 'yan. Kung gusto mo, upuan natin lahat ng comment sa akin, no, na sinasabi nila sa iyo, no, na pinagtatakpan mo, nag-aabogado ka kasi kasama ka dito. And ito, no, pakatulad kay ASEC, ay kay Assistant Commissioner, even you is not spared dun sa mga text sa akin. Masyadong personal, pabasa ko na lang sa iyo mamaya, no? Kaya etong lahat na ito, no, para lang matapos na at mabigyan natin kung ano talagang nangyari dito. Kasi alam natin hindi magagawa ito ni Governor Mamba, no? Kung wala siyang kasama dito kasi nagsalita na yan sa isang flag raising eh. Sabi niya wala akong kinakalat dito. Sabi niya, Mr. Chair, kayo ang nagpapakalat dito. Wala akong binulsa kayong may mawak ng pera nagpakalat. So nagugas kamay na siya dito. So sino yung kayo ang sinasabi niya? Kasama ba ang COA dito? No? Yung mga sinasabi ni Governor Mamba? So yun lang, Mr. Chair. Kasi and one more thing, Mr. Chair, yung nung nag-present ng budget last year ang commission, magkatabi tayo tatlo ni na Chairman Acop noon, I manifested it in the open doon sa plenary, no? First time ko nakita si Assistant Commissioner, no? Lumapit pa siya sa akin and he assured me that he will act on it. And it's very unfortunate na wala naman, no? So that's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And of course, andun ka pala, ASEC, Assistant Commissioner at the time ng budget? Andun ka, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
But I would like to make the correction that I did not act on the matter. I called the attention of the director and the auditors at the level of the province. That's why they made a recommendation. They recommended that auditors recommended that a special audit be conducted.
Yes, boss.
So
But
there was
again,
action.
i-correct ko lang din ang sinasabi ni Assistant Commissioner. Ako ang nag-request. Do you have the courtesy also in informing me of the action? Was there? Yun lang, baka nakaligtaan ko din kung meron kang na tayo dalawa nag-usap, di ba?
According to the staff of the regional office, they
Hindi, tayo
sent to
dalawa,
office.
tayo dalawa. Kasi sabi mo sa akin.
I did not update you on
yun lang, Mr. Chair.
the matter, Your Honor.
Yeah, thank you.
Sige, thank you, Assistant Commissioner. Pero Assistant Commissioner, kung nandun ka, sa plenary nandun ka rin? O di ba nag-interpolate ako doon sa inyo? Without questioning your budget, but your policy. That's why, paulit-ulit ko sinasabi, kahit doon kay chairman nyo. Sabi ko yun, yung question of your MCs and issuances. Pwede nyo bang gawin yan, di ba? Supposedly, pwede nyo ipa-amend na. Pero you're still waiting for this committee and Congress na i-amend yung charter nyo at ipasok na pati mga MC nyo dyan. Kasi, di ba, issue. Tingnan mo kayong Cagayan. Malaking problema. Salin na salin. Ito naman si Bureau of Treasury, tinanggal na nila sa requirement. Pero nandun pa rin si MC nyo. Yung question of salin. Hindi nagsasalubong yung agencies of government. Di ba, yung issue ko, 75% na refund. Talo gobyerno ng 25%. Kung ako magnakaw, as accountable officer, takas ko yung 75%, ibalik ko yung, takas ko yung 25, balik ko yung 75. Then, wala. Di ba? Yun yung sinasabi ko. na this committee hearing is not all about nagkataon na yung Cagayan, nangyaring election, Omnibus Election Code yung violation, at the same time, yung mga irregular transactions na ginawa ng probinsya ng Cagayan. So anyway, anymore with regards to Bombo? So again, I just like to remind COA that you're being directed by this committee to conduct a fraud audit with regards to the issue that we have discussed a while ago, and for the COA to submit the letter addressed to the Ombudsman to this committee.
Sir Chair,
Yes, Bombo Radio?
Sir Chair,
Yes, Kong. Chairman ako.
may I request that the KBP submit to this committee their code of conduct,
I will do that, Your Honor.
and may I ask also Mr. Sinding to provide me his job description?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi nandun yung trabaho mo talaga eh. Kung bakit sinisweldohan ka ng gobyerno. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. Thank you. Sir Chair.
Are you done, Chairman? Anyway, KBP is directed to submit the code of conduct of the KBP and to Mr. Sinding.
We
Yes,
will-
Your Honor.
we will
Please submit it today. Kaya naman yan today, electronic copy lang.
We will comply immediately,
Okay.
Your
Now-
Honor.